Shukla and I am the student of 10th standard from Atre Academy. As a task given by our English teacher Amit sir that we have to explain a poem in our video. So today I will be taking How to Tell Wild Animals composed by Caroline Wells from our book First Flight. So let's start the poem. In this poem, the poetess suggested a lots of ways by which we can identify our wild animals. The suggested ways creates a lots of humor in the poem, as when we will be visiting Asiatic jungles, we will come across a lots of wild animals such as lion, tiger, leopard, etc. We can identify these animals by the physical features such as spots present on their skin, the color of their skin and the way by which they hunt their prey. So let's start the poem. So the first stanza is, if ever you should go by chance to jungles in the east, and if there should to you advance a large and tawny beast, if he roars at you as you are dying, you will know it is the Asian lion. In this stanza, the poetess has described us about the Asiatic lion. When we will visit Asiatic jungle, we might come across an animal whose color is yellowish brown, and by the roar of which animal we might die due to fear. In this stanza, the meaning of the tawny is orange-brown colored animal. And also in this stanza, the poetess has intentionally misspelled the word dying, and has not used the G word in the spelling of dying just to create a rhyme between the dying and the lion. The second stanza is, or if sometime when roaming around, a noble wild beast greets you with black strip on a yellow ground, just notice if he eats you. This simple rule may help you learn the Bengal tiger to discern. In this unit, the poetess has described us about the appearance of the Bengal tiger. She says that when we see a black strip on a yellow background, and if the animal eats us, we can surely know that it is a Royal Bengal tiger. In this stanza, the poetess has also focused on a word, noble wild beast, because these two words creates a contrast, since a noble person cannot be a wild beast. So a literary device, oxymoron, is used here. This line also signifies few persons in our life who pretend that they are our well-wisher, but they actually are imposters. The next stanza is, the third unit is, if strolling forth a beast you be, whose hide with spot is peppered, as soon as he has leapt on you, you will know it is the leopard. It will do no good to roar with pain, he will only lap and lap again. In this stanza, the poetess tells that if we met an animal whose skin is peppered with black spot, and if it tries to jump on us, then it is surely leopard. And at the moment if someone tries to roar or cry loudly, then it will be not of any use. It will be no use, since the leopard will not have pity on us and definitely he will eat us. Here the word leapt has misspelled by the poetess just to create a rhyme between leopard and leapt, and also it will has been written as twill. This is a literary device. The fourth stanza is, if when you are walking around your yard, you meet a creature there who hugs you very very hard, be sure it is a bear. If you have any doubts, I guess he will give you just one more caress. In this stanza, the poetess describes about the bear, that the bear will hug you very very tightly, and it might kill you also by hugging. Since care is the sign of love, and also since hug is the sign of love, but still the bear uses it to kill its prey. Similarly, there are lots of persons in our life who act like bear. The fifth unit is, though to distinguish beast of prey, a novice might not bless, the crocodile you always may tell, from the hyena thus, hyenas come with merry smiles, but if they weep, they are crocodiles. In this stanza, the poetess tells and asks us a question that can be distinguished between two prey, and then she elaborates about hyenas and crocodiles. She tells that hyenas have a smiley face, but crocodiles always have a tear in their eyes. Note that axis of a smile and axis of tears might be cause of your death. The last unit is, the true chameleon is small, a lizard sort of thing. He has not any ears at all and not a single wing. If there is nothing on the tree, this the chameleon you see. In this unit, lastly, the poetess has described about the chameleon, which is a lizard type creature and which does not have wings and ear like lizard. But we can only, by the way we can only distinguish between lizard and the chameleon is that chameleon can change its color according to its surrounding. The poetess explained it like that if we see a tree and if we only see a tree, then there might be a chameleon on it, since chameleon can change its color according to its surrounding. The poem is beautifully describing wild animals in a different manner comparable to the hidden human nature. Lastly, I would like to thank my English teacher Amit sir, who gave me this task in which I tried to show my communication skills. Thank you, sir.